We will continue chapter 16, economic liberalization and globalization. We have already read about the new economic reform, which is followed by liberalization, privatization and globalization. We will read about World Trade Organization. The World Trade Organization is a global international organization that deals with the rules of trade between nations. World Trade Organization was established on 1st January 1995 by the member nation of United Nations. Its headquarters are located at Geneva in Switzerland. What are the main objectives of World Trade Organization? First, it removes obstacles which influence the global trading. So, whatever obstacles are there to expand the export and import among the different countries are to be removed by the organization. To remove protection policy given to industries of country for foreign trade. So they started to follow the liberalization and gradually the restrictions are removed to coordinate with global trade policy and economic policy under the globalization. So each country, those who are the member of the World Trade Organization, their economic policies are related to the world policy. So to solve the trade related dispute arising in the world, member countries, they can remove their problems through the World Trade Organizations. Now, what are the functions of World Trade Organization? To set up the structure for implementing world trade and trade agreements, observing these agreements. To work as a platform for debates and negotiations related to multinational trade. To encourage unbiased international trade. So all the countries can get the benefit of the new economic reforms and can the benefit in import and export policies. Different nations follow their own national policies related to trade. The WTO observe them and suggest required improvement to those nations so they can expand their global trade. Impacts on Indian economy. India has been a member of World Trade Organization since 1995. So what are the benefits India got from the WTO? Impact of World Trade Organization on India. Initially, India's contribution to world trade was 0.5%. Later, India's export increased tremendously due to increase in international trade and as a result of it, India's contribution in world trade has increased to 1%. Being a member of WTO has helped India to increase its export of ready-made clothes. As a member of WTO, India has been able to increase export of its agro products. Increase in export has reduced the stress faced due to high imports. Increased export will increase foreign exchange and hence ease out foreign exchange pressure built up due to high import. Thus, being a member of World Trade Organization, India has got and will get several benefits in international trade. It should be noted that to gain these benefits, India has to agree to some conditions of WTO's and follows its mandate. The extent of these benefits depends on the speed with which India increases its infrastructure facilities and how developed countries treat India. So these are the conditions. If India fulfill, India can become the active member of the World Trade Organization and can expand their own economic trade. Sustainable development. What's the meaning of sustainable development? Sustainable development is the process of development which meets the needs of present generation without compromising with the capability of the future generation to meet their needs. Strategy of the sustainable development is meant to conserve and preserve the natural resources. Sustainable development is advocated due to the extreme adverse effect of human activities on ecology. If the present generation uses the natural resources at high speed, the resources will get depleted and nothing will remain for the future generation. To protect the interest of the future generations, some restraints have been suggested in the strategy of sustainable development. There is a fear that luxurious which present generation is enjoying may not be there for future generation. There is a tremendous decrease in natural resources due to economic development and their quality is also deteriorating. In this condition, there is a need to change the idea of the development. Following strategy should be adopted for conservation and preservation of natural resources. Careful use of renewable natural resources like land, forest and water. Judicious use of the non-renewable resources like coal, minerals and petroleum products. Minimizations of the transportation cost by suitably locating industries. Strive to achieve eco-friendly development. Undertake multi-purpose development projects like Damodar Valley Corporation, wherein the same natural resources could be used for different activities such as irrigation, generation of electricity, water transport and flood control. Those resources which can be used in more than one way should be utilized in different way like the multi-purpose projects. Natural resources should not be wasted. Careful planning and management of disposal of industrial waste and poisonous chemical must be done. Stress should be laid on use of non-conventional energy resources such as solar and wind energy. So, the other resources of energy can be preserved. What can we do to protect the environment? We must take some steps to protect the environment. So, the WTO or UNO worried about it, so they have kept first time Earth Conference which was organized in 1972 at Stockholm in Sweden. Time to time convention and camps has been organized for protection of environment on global level in which India is also participating. India has actively participated in these global events and adopted the resolution passed for the protection of the environment. Efforts made by government to protect the environment are: information of the pollution level in the major city is collected and published. National and state pollution control boards have been set up. 5th June is celebrated as the Environment Day. Air Pollution Act was enacted in 1981 with the aim to reduce the carbon from the environment up to 35%. International agreements have been signed about deterring level of ozone, disposal of nuclear waste, and maintenance of biodiversity. Steps have been taken to create awareness regarding the protection of environment in the country. So these steps are taken to protect the environment along with the development. Conservation of environment is everyone's responsibility. If we do not control pollution, no doubt the life on the earth will be doomed soon. As you know it very well, day by day it is affected our environment. Different kind of natural disasters are the result of this polluted environment. So, along with the development, we need to take care of environment too. We have read about the new economic policy, World Trade Organization, sustainable development, and the most important topic, that is steps taken to conserve the environment. Because only development is not a part of country, even the healthy environment is needed for the development of human resources too. Thank you.